Follow Amber, man. She do real good on makeup, man. She'll hook some of y'all up.
Let's get into the segment.
You hate on a nigga. I don't understand why you hate on me, nigga. We don't understand. Show love, nigga. It don't show nothing. It don't cost nothing to show a nigga love. All we doing is getting money. Show a nigga some love, nigga. Wabbly dabbly. Niggas out here don't love me, nigga.
That's the thing, though, man. I remember when I got my first AI jersey. It was a white one. That joint was so cold. It's small. It's like an extra small because at the time I was real skinny and frail. I was like maybe 7 years old.
And you say you're going to wear it again.
I don't care. One of these episodes, real talk, I am going to wear that joint again. So if y'all see me out here looking like LeBron, you know what I'm saying? You just know what kind of jersey I got on that AI. But talking about first, man, let's dig into this segment here, man, of Pillow Talk, man. I want y'all to share with me y'all first time having y'all first kiss. What was your first experience kissing someone? When was that? How was it?
Say you never
let's
forget
dig
your
into
first
it.
kiss.
I'll go with Gabby. Go first.
I never forgot mine.
Amber can follow.
All right. My first kiss. I was in elementary school. It was during nap time. We were all supposed to be napping, and he was like right beside on the other little, that those old cots they used to give us. And then so I just rolled over. Then I rolled on top of him. Then I kissed him, and then I rolled back, and I pretended like I was asleep. We never talked about it ever.
Rolled on top of him.
Hey, we digging deep in that bag today.
Went for it. That's one I gotta go get it.
I like it.
Okay, so the first time I had my first kiss, my parents used to have I guess what you would call kickbacks now, like all the time with their best friends. And they had kids that's always our age. And they had a son that was my age. And we all call each other cousins now because we known each other since we was in diapers. But so the first kiss basically was they had us get married. So we were getting married. And they went downstairs in the refrigerator and got some Welch's grape juice. And we had a whole little ceremony. And then we kissed. And after we kissed, they told on us. So then our parents came up there and whooped us. So after my first kiss, I got a whooping. So that was my whole little kid first kiss story. You know what I'm saying?
Hey. That's tough.
Kiss. My first kiss was probably in kindergarten or one of them. It was in kindergarten or first grade.
No, it was bad.
And it was under a slide. We was lived during recess. It was under a slide. It was some girl. I don't know her name. Of course not. Under a slide.
Of course not.
And we kissed, and then after that we ran away saying "ooh cooties," and then that was it. That was the end of it. That was it. Go ahead, Mon.
Yo, I don't even do that type of stuff. I'm a virgin for I don't know nothing. Mon and Blair, y'all go ahead, bro.
Bro, this dude is hilarious.
Bro, the crazy part is I've been thinking about this for a couple of days, bro. I really don't remember, but I want to say it was probably in the neighborhood. Some girl, I think it was playing Truth or Dare. All the kids get together doing wild shit. They were like, "I dare you to kiss her," and that was that. I don't remember. I don't remember that far back. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Sound like a story.
That might be it though. I want to say it was it.
Hey, he said Mike. So probably a whole lot of stories on first kiss with Quan.
Doing
that boy had mites.
Badass kid shit. Hide and seek. Well, no. We weren't playing hide and seek. We were playing, y'all know.
Hide and freak.
Oh, God. Hide and freak at age 7.
At age 7, though, for real, though. No cap.
At age 7, Quan was... Hey, that boy Quan was listening to him Freaknik back in the day. Nasty ass. Hey. But nah, man, my first kiss, man, I ain't gonna lie. It was romantic as shit.
Here go Heartbreak Drake.
I don't care. It was just romantic. Cause I ain't gonna lie, that was the most I've ever planned something.
You playing
your first kiss?
We okay, so it was just shorty back in the day. We was talking, you know what I'm saying? She lived around the corner from my spot, so we hung out to school, whatnot, blah, blah, blah. So we get to school, we okay.
What grade was this in?
But it's second grade, my fault. Yeah, second grade. all my other homeboys and claim, you know what I'm saying, they done kissed the junk, you know what I'm saying? They filling up on junks, which I don't know what you're feeling on in second grade, but we ain't gonna go there. But,
hey, bro, for real, they swear they was doing that.
bro, I'm like, bro, what are you touching, my boy? Like, come on. But anyways, it was real, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna cap. I ain't gonna get in that story, but man, the show was at the time. She was mad rumors that was mad false, but I went with it because I want to look cool. But anyways, we used to like try to plan what times in the hallways would be clear, you know what I'm saying? Because we always had like a class right beside each other. So it was like, okay, around like
I did that 12, 45.
Yeah, like it was planning like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And we was like, you know what we're gonna do is we're gonna just be late to a class. Fuck it. So you know how when you like before you go into class, you gotta sit in the line outside the door.
For sure, yeah.
And then the teacher let you in. So you know what I'm saying? We posted up like her class was on the other side of the hallway from mine. You know what I'm saying? I was cool and looking at her. She looking at me. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to kiss this junk. I'm ready for this.
Who's my baby? My fucking cinnamon apple.
So they all go in. We both like, yeah, we got to go to the bathroom. She was like, all right, go ahead. So everybody get in their classrooms, doors shut, blah, 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 cool. And we went by that water fountain. I was pecking the shit out of her. It wasn't even like, it was no lip lock, no tongue. I was about just straight pecks. I was pecking the shit out of her. Hey. Let me tell you, hey, I went home, told my mom, she told all her friends. I felt so embarrassed. That was terrible. But yeah, but it's crazy that you somehow remember that though. Like I ain't gonna it's some like things like the first thing that y'all just always gonna remember, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's good that all y'all remember y'all first kiss though. Vaughn,
you never had that experience.
That's big cap. That's big cap, Vaughn.
That's all shit.
That's big cap, Vaughn. But no, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Y'all, quick question. What would y'all do if y'all seen them today? What would y'all do if y'all seen y'all first kiss today?
I don't even know who it was.
I do see him.
Mine multiple times.
He basically my cousin. He my daddy's best friend. So we not cousins by blood, but like we still see each other. I mean, we don't see each other that much because we grown, but you know, it's times where we cross paths. But it was like some really kid. We was like 6, you know what I'm saying? So it was nothing, you know, it was nothing. So it ain't like, oh my God, like I was in love. That's a different first kiss, you know, like so that really mean nothing.
That is a total different first kiss though. That's a fact. Go ahead, Vaughn.
For sure.
Like, yours was playing. So I bet you remember yours.
Hey, I remember that thing like it was yesterday. But I ain't gonna tell.
It seemed like it.
Hey, if I see that girl today, I'll RKO the shit out of her. I'll tell you that.
Do I know who this is? Do I know who this is, Blair?
No.
Okay.
I ain't gonna cap. I don't even know where she might have moved to a whole different state. If she in a whole different country, good for her. But I'll RKO the shit out of that girl. No. And no cap though, she'll probably RKO me right back. Because I ain't gonna lie. That's when I was real toxic.
Anyway, let's go to the next topic, Blair.
Yeah. I mean, we better to jump into it now. Because I was real toxic back then. I was real toxic. Like I'm talking about, like, how we broke up. I was, very toxic way of doing it. I got down. I was talking shit.
You still talking?
You know what I'm saying? I don't know about my lady now, man. But back then, I was talking real shit about her, like real toxic energy. You know what I'm saying? Like I learned how to become toxic at a very young age, which is it's tough.
We know you got that from.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, I'm talking about, man. Because like I ain't gonna cap. I had my own another job, and I was like, I gotta break up with her something. I didn't have to break up with her at that time. So it was like, I gotta try some toxic shit to get her to fuck away from me. And I ain't gonna lie, that was some of my darkest days. You know?
Yo, this nigga said darkest days.
That's some of my darkest days. But like I said, I wouldn't mind if she RKO'd me back. Like, she really might do that.
This nigga said darkest days.
She really might. Clothesline me, choke slam, all that. Because I know she hated me after that. Hey. But shit, man. Talking about toxicity, man. What to y'all are signs of toxicity in a relationship? You can go ahead first, man.
I mean, I feel like if you arguing a lot, if y'all like when your arguments not just arguments, like y'all putting your hands on each other, toxic. If it's to the point where you burning up his shit and stuff, toxic. If if, let's say you talking about you're gonna meet up with this person, but you still shave. Females, you know what I'm talking about. Y'all only supposed to be going over there to talk, but you shave. Toxic, because you already know what you're coming over to do. Anything like that, like I feel like it's toxic. If it's making you feel like you are not yourself, toxic.
Damn, that's a lot of points.
Hey, I ain't gonna cap. Hey, you was on some shit now, Gabby. Go ahead. You got me thinking now.
Go ahead, Amber.
Okay, what I consider toxic, is basically when you can't communicate. So kind of like what Gabby was saying, like with the arguing, when you can't communicate, it becomes toxic because then you have fighting, you have mistrust, you have all these other factors because you can't communicate. So now you in your head thinking, what is this person thinking? And now you acting based off of what you may think this person feel or think, and it could be completely different because of miscommunication. So now your relationship is toxic. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't get that communication. And then I also feel like one of the things I hate the most is like makeup sex. That's so fucking toxic.
I heard him first. I said, hold on. I said, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
I hate when people only should have, but you only should have makeup sex when the situation is resolved. You should not have makeup sex when you're in the middle of a fight because you're just putting a Band-Aid on it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you don't get to the bottom of it, then what's the point? Because all you're gonna do is have sex. You're gonna feel good for the however long you're having sex for, and then after that's over, you still gonna have attitude. Y'all gonna be fighting about it 2-3 days from then. I don't want to have makeup sex with my partner or the person I'm with until I know, like, okay, our situation is good. Like, we understand each other. We're in a place of forgiveness, or we're in a place of understanding, and now we can have makeup sex. That's what makeup sex should be. Because if not, then you just putting a Band-Aid on it for now, and then you're not letting it heal, and you scratching at it. You know what I'm saying? You're not really getting nowhere. So that's when a relationship becomes toxic. You know, I hate when girls be like, yeah, we fell out. I just put the pussy on them. Or niggas be like, yeah, I ate her out. It was fine. I ate her. But y'all stupid because y'all did what y'all did. Y'all had fun, but y'all finna argue about it the next day. So now I'm getting in a phone call like, girl, let me tell you what he did. Well, it sounds like the same story from 2 days ago. But if you would have just resolved it instead of doing, just the whole makeup sex thing, then you wouldn't still be arguing about the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like those are like to me, like once I see those things happening in my relationship, like miscommunication and like, oh, just a quick makeup sex just to get through it, that's when I'm like, okay, this relationship is getting toxic and it's not for me. Like that's what I look for. Like when I'm like, okay.
Ladies, I really hope y'all listen to what she just said because it's 100% factual. Okay. I'm going to tell you this right now.
Pussy don't fix everything.
Facts. Sex don't fix it. I promise you it don't. I'll tell you this now. If I'm mad at you and I ain't feeling you,
I'm mad at you.
I'm mad at you. I ain't trying to get you.
I don't want sex.
I don't want no sex. That makeup sex ain't gonna work. You can try whatever you want to, man. I'm not going. I'm not going to mad fix shit.
We can have sex, but I'm still gonna be mad. I'm still gonna be mad.
I am gonna blow your back out. But,
but I'm gonna be mad. Hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull your back out, but I'm gonna turn over afterwards.
Yo, that's
what I'm gonna do. Okay,
that is toxic.
That is toxic. That's toxic.
But okay, so let me.
Y'all do that.
I think I'm in a toxic relationship.
Let me tell you what makes it toxic for me. So basically what both of them said, basically like all their arguing this shit and not nothing getting resolved and shit. The burning the clothes, like that shit toxic. Like you got to get over that shit. Like nah,
I can't do nah.
That shit, that's too toxic. And then like all that other shit, like I'm not with it. But like sex don't resolve everything, like they said. So, but I ain't really much to speak on. They really speak back. I'm gonna pass Jaquan though. Maybe he got something new.
I feel like if y'all don't connect mentally, that's probably gonna be toxic. The majority of the time, people like they be attracted to each other, but they don't really be like into each other. Just because they're like, oh well, Like, what do y'all do? Like, you just go over the house and y'all just text and like y'all just don't y'all be on the phones. Like, y'all don't really communicate. Y'all don't really talk. That just means y'all just not really mentally into each other. Like, I feel like that could be toxic. Because I've been in a situation like that where I just be sitting there. I'm like, why am I over here? Like, what are we doing? Like, we just on the phone. Like, we not really talking. And we can't even, like, even if we're not even mad at each other, you can just still be just sitting there on the phone. Like, sometimes mentally, like, people gotta be mentally and physically into somebody in order for it to not be toxic. That's what I feel like. Mentally, like, niggas really don't be mentally there all the damn time.
Oh, no. Amber pretty much said everything that I was gonna say, so I really have nothing much more to add. She stole my.
Go ahead, Blair.
I was gonna say.
Look, I ain't gonna have 100%. I agree with all y'all, man. That's a whole lot of signs of toxicity in a relationship, man. And just me being, you know, as they call me, the light skinned Drake guy, man. There's a couple signs I see.
We don't call you that. You call yourself. We didn't give you that name.
Maybe, but nah, it was real. Like, I ain't gonna lie, my signs of toxicity I see, man, is if I ain't gonna to even expand a little bit on what Quan was saying, because mentally, if you're not there with someone, you shouldn't be. Like,
you're right, you shouldn't be there.
Y'all both wasting both y'all time. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been in a something with someone, and I'm talking about I wanted to RKO her ass. Like, shit, I didn't want to be around her. She got tired of me.
I want to RKO, but
like, bro,
that's what I'm saying.
I'd rather do that than punch a jump. You know what I'm saying? That's some toxic behavior, man. To y'all young boy fans out there. But one big sign for me of toxicity in a relationship. One big sign of toxicity for me, man, will honestly be the constant lack of emotion or care into the relationship. Like, that is mad toxic to me. Bro. Like, and I ain't gonna lie, I've been a toxic nigga like that before. Like, I'm not now what I'm in, but I have been that before. Like, you want to do this? I'm gonna take you back. All right, cool. I'm not supporting it. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. Like, all right, cool. Do your thing. I don't even want to hear nothing else about it. Like, that's mad toxic behavior. You don't got someone there to support you. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's going to something good or bad, whether it's something with your family, something like that, don't be with that person, man, because you're going to end up in a toxic relationship. Then y'all might end up fighting, and someone might hit somebody, and things go very, very left, man. So, you know, if someone ain't there for you on that level of caring, because caring is a real big part of a relationship as much as communication is. But if someone don't got that care for you, that drive to care, like, bro, just get out of that junk.
Hey,
get out of that junk quick.
Like, you know what else is like real toxic? Like abuse and like manipulation, like physical abuse and like mental
big
abuse.
Facts.
I think that's toxic too. And I think like I won't say niggas, but I think men and women both know like what they're doing when they're like manipulating their partner. And that's all I'm saying in the detail, because I don't know much about that.
And I want to say off of that, like what some people don't realize is toxic is like this Instagram and social media shit. It can get real toxic in relationships, because I know a friend who, like, she's beautiful, right? Gorgeous. And her nigga don't tell her that at all. But he likes all these pictures of these girls. And it's like, okay, the same way you could like this picture, it's the same way you could just tell your girl, like, you beautiful. Because now she's feeling some kind of way. And she's feeling like, okay, you know what I'm saying? That's why, like, you have, like, how can I say? If, like, the roles were reversed, I feel like if girls were, like, if men put themselves out as much as girls did, like, as far as, like, out here with no shirts on and, like, the tight drawers and, like, out here like that, and we were, like, scrolling and liking, I feel like the men would feel, like, our men would feel different, you know, like, oh, I'm not built like that, or I'm not oiled up like that, but we don't have, like, that really on our timelines like that, you know what I'm saying? It's more so women. And I feel like sometimes men have to realize, like, that can sometimes be toxic, because that's something they go through a lot. For me, it don't bother me, because I'm like, okay, like, I try to tell her, like, he'll never meet that woman. You know what I'm saying? But for her, it's not, oh, he'll never meet that woman. It's, I don't look like that. Like, I'm not shaped that way. I'm not, he has a type that he likes. And I'm like, that is so freaking toxic, because you can't compare yourself to these women on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's work. They pay to get work done. You know what I'm saying? Like, That is just like so toxic.
Or like
and go ahead, Vaughn.
Comparing your relationships to other relationships based on the internet when that shit
that social media relationship stuff is toxic.
You don't know what these niggas got going on behind, or you just looking at the picture, like the final product, which is the picture or the video, and it's like, all right, but like these niggas could be arguing all the time, like behind the fucking phone camera lens, but it's like you only see the good stuff, and then you comparing it to your partner and be like, well, we don't do this. When it's like, okay,
right,
partner,
I'm speaking facts, bro.
Putting in like hella time and doing the putting in hella time and hella work to do things, albeit it might not look as good, but it still counts for something.
Because people could be looking, it's Valentine's Day. If you think about like people timelines gonna be full with all this that like what rich people doing for their girlfriends and boyfriends, and these girls gonna be going home mad as hell because their boyfriends gonna have some bologna sandwich and roses on the table, and they're gonna be expecting like this extravagant dinner like they see on social media, and now they mad at their man for what? You know what I'm saying? That's toxic. Yeah. You know, like you can't afford you gotta detach your relationship from social media, or else you'll be arguing all the time. You know what I'm saying? You'll expect what's really not real most of the time.
That's why I detach all my relationships, whether it's with friends, anything like that. I detach all of that from social media, bro. I don't follow nobody else's footsteps.
I would say it's not even just social media, it's society. It's what society tells us that what we should have and see in the partner. I think we should you need to tailor it to your partner, what you feel like your needs are and what you want to receive from a relationship. It's not always just what society tells you that you should want. Now, I mean, it's really hard to get lost in the sauce. It's really easy to get lost in the sauce. Like Valentine's Day. Like I know a couple of y'all have really strong opinions on Valentine's Day. But a person like me is a helpless romantic. So I them two right there, if the screen is pointing right. But I mean, I think women like effort. So even the most expensive and extravagant things when it comes to Valentine's Day doesn't have to, break the bank. It's effort.
Right. That's a fact. And expanding into that a little bit, I ain't gonna lie, another type thing, which we're just gonna kind of transition into, my last topic on this, because we've been on this jump for a minute, but I'm loving the conversation. Okay. Y'all give me some answers of stuff I didn't even think of. Yeah, to get back into what I was saying though, real talk. And one toxic thing before we get to the next segment, man, is just, man, check out egos at the door, man, because egos can fuck up a whole relationship. That's some toxic ass shit. I was one to be that way back in the day. So for those out there who listen to this podcast, man, check out egos at the door, bro. Leave them there. And just be cool with your shawty. Be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, egos is a big reason why a lot of people are afraid to commit. No cap. So I really want to hear how y'all feel, why people are so afraid to commit to people.
Just
boys
niggas.
And girls.
It really be the niggas.
I mean, it be females too, because females afraid to commit too. You know what I'm saying? So I want to hear from.
Who you want to hear from? Not me.
Oh, well, Gabby, go ahead. Gabby,
okay.
No problem, by the way.
I'm not gonna bash the guys quite yet. So let's start with females. In my position, I've been a female that didn't want to commit, and that's because I was playing games. Obviously, like everybody, I was playing games. I wasn't really interested in the dude, and then I had love for somebody else, and I mean, a lot of times that's what it is. The person just doesn't compare, so you just passing the time with individuals. It sounds really bad, but you using people, and a lot of people are in that stage. You don't know when you're dating someone. You don't know what stage they are in. Like, are you in a stage ready to commit? Are you in the stage you still playing games? So you gotta. That's the whole point of love and dating. Like you gotta trust. You gotta trust. That's why it sucks. Now, men have commitment issues from the jump. Well, not all, but a lot have commitment issues from the jump. It starts from childhood. It starts with family. It starts from, and we want to specifically talk about Black men. It starts from the macho-ness and masculinity that they're supposed to have. That they're not allowed to receive love, so they don't know how to give love, and all that starts with men.
In your bag. God damn.
Talk that shit.
It's the truth. Like, with dating black men. So you pick up on things like men are afraid to commit because they're afraid to be vulnerable, because they're taught that they're not supposed to be vulnerable. And that's what love is. It's just about being vulnerable. So if you're not, and a lot of people don't know that they're not ready for it until they get into it. You already messing with another person's emotions. So now you suck. So at the end of the day, people are not ready to commit because they're not mature enough. And you just need to grow up.
Period.
That's my thing.
Hey, talk that shit, man. Talk that shit. Go ahead, Amber, because goddamn, Gabby got me thinking right now.
I feel like commitment.
We're about to go write a song.
I feel like commitment isn't hard in relationships. It depends on if the person wants to commit. So it's kind of going off what Gabby said, like whether it's male or female. If a woman don't want to commit, she not gonna commit. If she feel like, yeah, I'm with him because he's a fun time, but I really don't see him as my husband. Or men think the same way. Oh, this girl, she cool for now. I have a good time. You know, we chill, but I really don't see her as a wife. Then there's really no point to be in a relationship. But at that point, people are in a relationship and they just chilling and kicking it. And they figure, well, I don't have to be committed because I really don't even want this to be I don't see this as my wife or my husband. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't want to like go against what Gabby said, but I don't quite agree with the whole like only black men like kind of cheat thing, because I really dated like Don is kind of like the first black guy I've ever dated like other types of races, and they all cheat. It just depends on like what I feel like the connection it is with that female. And most situations, black men, they do it. People think it's grimy because most time black men do it OD. They be doing too much. Black men just do too much. But white men, they cheat. Hispanics, they cheat. White men do it a little bit more sneaky. They be cheating with the whole babysitter and the wife don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like they have the ladies who pick up the groceries in the mail and be busting them down in the back seat. You know what I'm saying? So like it just depends. So I just feel like commitment is what.
I wasn't thinking about it like that though. Like I wasn't talking in the sense of cheating, just like lack of committing because of like fear of being vulnerable because of stigmas in the black community. Now everybody
you're talking like in a relationship.
Like everybody deals with commitment issues. Okay, but specifically black men, I think those issues stem from society. Some of them.
And I think committing also comes from, because if you're talking about from like a whole relationship point of view, I think commitment also in relationships also depends on how you seen like your parents, pretty much like how you see relationships, 100%. Or not even your parents, just how you see relationships growing up. If you see like, say you had a model relationship where that relationship, no matter what they got through it, then I feel like you would feel okay committing to your partner no matter what. But if you grew up seeing relationships where every time shit hits the fan, they run.
Leave, right? I'm a man, Gina. I'm a be all right. This is childish. I want you out. I don't even know why you still here. Step! Step!
Then you're going to be like, well, I'm going to have a hard time committing because I always see people run. So the best thing you know how to do is run. You know what I'm saying? So I think it also depends on like what type of role model of relationships you grew up seeing from a child. Because then it, you know, like you kind of base that off of how you do your relationship. Yeah. So
that's all y'all said. But let me give you my let me give you my tip. Now I do agree with the way you growing up. Just think about us four, like single parents, really. I mean, kind of not really, but like just a mom really raising us type shit, really, or whatever. And from that right there, like who is there to actually teach us how to love if we haven't really seen it in our own households? You know what I'm saying? If your dad is in and out or he's not even there. Like my dad was out of my life for 13 years. You feel me? So like, but I mean, he was just in prison. He wasn't like cheat or nothing like that. He was just out of my life in prison. So I mean, there's nothing I could do. But at that time, like I had no male role model to look up and be like, this is how you appreciate. This is how you love. We're growing up not knowing how to love and having to teach ourselves, but throwing ourselves in relationships and still finding our way to love, even ourselves at times as well. So we trying to love
shit.
So I mean, all that. I mean, that's that's really hard, really to do. Yeah. But I mean, like, it's just like, I mean, so initially it'll come down to commitment. Like, it's really you making a commitment to yourself, or you making a commitment to them.
And committing also means to me, like what you said today, like love. When you said love and commitment, it goes hand in hand, because you can't be in a relationship and love somebody and not commit to them, because through good or bad, that's what love is. It's committing to that person no matter what, whether they goddamn the president of the United States or they the damn devil. You got to commit to that person. You supposed to be there for them no matter what. You know what I'm saying? That's part of love. That's part of being.
I feel like that's commitment. I feel like for me, I feel like love and commitment are two different things. Like love is a feeling for me. Like you can fall in and out of love, but like you being committed to somebody and like being there with them is totally different. Like, because you're there for them and you're with them. Like, no matter what, you're committed to them. But you loving them, like that's totally different, because you can fall in and out of love. Like, that's why I keep that. I'm big on that. It's really just a feeling. Like, it's for me, like all the things that make the love are the things that are outside of the definition of love, which is like the communication, the bond, and how y'all connect with each other. Like, that's the type of shit that makes the love, and ultimately will help him or her commit even more harder than what they initially already had thought about or whatever. Because I mean, 9 out of 10 times people don't get in relationships. Like, I know when like me and her first started dating, like when we was in like high school, we didn't expect this shit to, you know what I'm saying, like go this far right down. We just thought, we was like, oh, you know, so we gonna go to college and, you know what I'm saying, be hoes. Just have fun. Just have fun.
Psych.
Hell.
But I'm gonna go ahead and give it to I'm gonna pass it to Quan though.
All right, so crazy part is I was just talking about this with one of my friends, and I said, as far as females, I can't speak for females because I don't really know why, or if it's a thing where females be scared to commit to niggas. I never really ran into a female like that does that. Cause I guess I just try to stay away from like weird people. So my thing is, when I, you know, growing up, you know, sometimes it be basically like self-love. Like, so sometimes I be feeling like females like, damn, this nigga don't want to commit to me, but he would literally do everything for me. And I'm like, well, maybe it's something as if he feels as if he's not good enough for you yet. So it'd be a thing where like, cause I know niggas be like, it'd be a lot of niggas that be like, yo, I really fuck with her, but I'm not on my shit. So
it be like that though.
I need to get my shit together, but I don't want to lose you because you is what I'm looking for.
Toxic.
Let me get my shit together, and then you know what I'm saying.
Toxic.
It be like that. I swear it be like that because
it do be like that though. But they go back to what Devon was saying. That's like manipulation and shit like that. So I can understand it. But it is like it be like that.
Yeah, this girl said he cook for her, do all this stuff, like he'll beat a nigga at, like, bro, literally everything that she wants him to do as a man, he does that. But she said she's still single. And I was like, he probably not ready. Either he's not who he needs to be with you, or it's
this nigga corn.
I call niggas gay a lot. Cause like, bro, bro. I do, bro. It be females.
It can be one of the things where it's like right time, wrong person. Wrong person.
You know, outside looking in, it's like she like, why are you like? It'd be like, why are you not with her and she literally has everything that you want.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Right.
And niggas don't want, like, you don't want that. Like, if you obviously don't want it because you're not committed and you out here doing whatever you're doing and doing that, and there be some niggas that be on their shit and they still be just, I said, bro, that nigga might be gay. Like, either that he just don't want to settle down. Because niggas be doing that weird shit. Like, they'll try to string her along as long as he can until he done with her, or she leave and then, you know, he be mad because she left because she got tired of waiting.
It's ridiculous. It's obvious what's being done out here. It's on a nightly basis. I hope the world can see now what's really going on out here because it's getting ridiculous. It's really ridiculous.
That's toxic.
Like, it just be, like I said, sometimes it just be niggas not being who they need to be for that girl. And that's where I feel like niggas, that's why some niggas don't be committing or be wanting to be in a relationship with somebody because they not who they need to be, or they're not on the level of the female that they want, basically. And mentally, physically, things of that stuff. That's what I feel like niggas. That's why niggas don't be committing. Either they, like I said, either they fucking gay.
I don't think that's I think the only toxicity, I think the toxicity comes in like if you, like you said, okay, you don't got your shit together, but like you steady like trying to hit them up and be around them, like. But I feel like there's niggas out here that's mature enough to be like, okay, I don't got my shit together, let me leave this person alone, like, and just work on me, like. So that's what I really got.
I agree with him because I was gonna say, like, I got a whole lot of person I know, like a friend who they've been together for 8 years. They've been together since college and living together. They got their first house together, signed up to do everything together. But I don't feel as though it was toxic. I feel as though it was respect because he got his shit and left. Because he felt like, as a man, I can't provide to you, but provide for you. I can't meet my half of the bills, so I gotta leave you. I don't feel like that's toxic. For me, that's respect. Because a toxic relationship is a nigga staying there and you coming home from work and nothing's done. Or you coming home and he's playing a game or he's doing whatever he want to do and you done had a long day trying to make sure the bills is paid. To me, that's toxic. But a man who could get up and say, you know what, I'm not good enough for you right now. Or, you know what, I can't commit to you because I know I still want to run the streets. To me, that's respect. That is respect. And I can respect the man like, you know what, I'm not going to wait for you. I'm going to do what I got to do because time waits for nobody. But if we meet up again, then I can respect that and I can give you another chance. Whereas somebody who just drags me along, that's it. Like, that's toxic to me. That's just toxic.
I mean, I agree, but I think a lot of times it's not that transparent. Like, people are not talking. Like, that's not the conversation that's actually being had. Either it's just like people are continuing to, have sex and lay up and whatever, express their emotions, but you're not being transparent with your partner and saying that, because that requires you to be vulnerable, to say that you're not where you want to be at this point in time, to say that you're not right for that person. A lot of people aren't having those conversations. So either they're getting distant, it's just not a mutual respect enough to have that kind of conversation. I think it would, if it was like that, then of course I don't find it toxic. It becomes toxic when you're not being transparent, 100%.
I feel like sometimes not saying anything is still communication. Like, you not saying anything or like just your actions can say enough. Like, you don't have to verbally say anything or have a conversation. Like, that's how I feel about like that particular, in rebuttal to what Gabby just said.
Okay.
I respect it. I respect it.
I kind of agree. I'm not trying to go against Gabby. I'm not trying to do, but I kind of agree because growing up, my mama always told us, your actions speak louder than words. And sometimes we'll get popped upside our head. We won't even say nothing. And we're like, we ain't say nothing. She be like, yeah, but I saw your body language. I saw what you did. And that would get us like knocked inside the head. So I kind of get what he's saying. Sometimes you don't even got to say nothing. Your actions, the way you look, the way you move, the way you may flinch, like you may never realize that you flinch your shoulder when they're trying to touch you. You know what I'm saying? And that says a lot. That says leave me alone. You ain't got to say nothing. That means back up, leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? So like, I kind of see that,
I can see that. But yeah, Devontae just didn't elaborate on it. I was a little confused. But
she elaborate.
Yo, go ahead, look, y'all is talking y'all big shit, dog. And I was really enjoying just hearing what y'all was saying, man. I agree with almost everything that y'all really hit on, man. I real talk. Like, I think going along with what Gabby initially started off with well, first I'm gonna get to the fellas and I'm gonna get to the ladies second. A lot of really just men, I ain't even gonna say black men because there's a lot of just men out here in the world because I know guys of different races who grew up without a father too. or divorced parents, living with their mom and shit like that. We grew up with, a strong mother, you know what I'm saying? And it's not, it's not, what's the word I'm looking for?
Easy.
It's not easy, you know what I'm saying? Because we seen, okay, damn, my dad didn't work out, but my dad's still here though. Like, even though, because he got to be there for the kids. So it was like, okay, as a kid, you see that shit growing up, and it's like, you may see your mom, may go out try to date and shit just don't work out. So you see those epic fails and shit like that. So go ahead, Daddy, go ahead.
I feel like it's easier for us right now. I feel like it's easier for us it's easier for us to provide and be there for someone than to actually love them and show them the love that they deserve or need or something like that. Mainly just because just going back to what you were just saying, just the growing up with the parents and shit, like cause we seen your you can see your parents providing for you and making sure that and making a way for you and making sure you straight or whatever. Like that right there in itself, that is love. So for me, like at times, like that's how I show my love. Like me being there for you and providing for you, that's me showing my love. Now I may not there may not be in a different way for me there may be other ways for me to show it to the different. It definitely is. But like at times, that's the only way that I know how to do it because that's all I've seen.
Oh God, real talk, like growing up, my dad, loved me a lot from a distance, because, I was with my mom.
That's how my dad was, yeah.
It was in our heads, like, okay, this is how, you show love to someone. Even though, that's not really how it's supposed to be, but like, it's like, okay, he showed love to me from a distance, so I may show love to my partner from a distance because, that's how my dad did with me and my brother, if y'all got brothers or sisters or whatever, it's like that. But sometimes that's how it just gets, trickled down. You know what I'm saying? It's not always just because of a situation or like that or predicament. Now, I'm not gonna lie. A role model in your life is huge when it comes to commitment. Huge when it comes to commitment. And some of us grew up with no father who was really there, and only could get that love from a distance. A lot of our role models are athletes or some celebrity, whoever it is, actor, singer, rapper, hashtag Drake, my boy. Man, my pops love me, man. I love his old ass. Like, don't cap. Love that dude, man. Like, to death, I love him. No cap. And I know he taught me a lot from a distance, but I never got to see the close up of it. So it's like when guys get kind of close up into it, they really kind of don't know how to act. And sometimes it can be just the situation of where they're at in their life. Like, quoted from my boy, Drake. I know I love Drake. So I'm going to quote a lyric from him, if y'all don't mind. One of his lyrics was, relationships slowing me down, they slow down the vision. Sometimes I'm not in a position to deal with commitment. And that's real shit though. Because sometimes you may be trying to, like, your goals could be like, yo, shout out to my boy Drake, man, no cap. But your goals would be, yo, I need to, for example, it could be little, like, I'm trying to move on my mama crib or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, have this much set of money, by this point or whatever. Whatever your goal is. And your goal at that time just can't be committing to somebody. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's how that situation be. And I said, it goes for girls as well. Because, hey, shout out to the ones that make it through med school. It's a lot of work you got to do. And I know it's a lot of times, your boyfriend might get mad at you because, you can't give him that, But that's all right, though. Because he got to understand that you guys, also with us, everybody has to understand that we sometimes get put in situations where we just cannot commit. And that's okay. Timing is a real big part of commitment, man. A real big part of commitment. But I really love the answers that I heard from you guys. You guys put a lot of good shit. I hope a lot of people take in, reel in, because y'all was talking, shit, I ain't gonna lie.
I was definitely in y'all bags.
Y'all was in y'all.
Y'all was in that Chanel, that Louis, that Gucci, the Birkin.